Okay, so I figured that the food of the archons, somebody was breaking it down how you have when you move your arm, the energy that it takes to move your arm uh, goes somewhere else. Where is it? We turn energy into um, what's it? Gestures, symbols, and characters, and the archons would feed on. Um, they used to feed on libation. Then then they fed on determinism, and then they fed on austerity. That's because that's one breakdown, right? Um, if you knew what hell is, you would want to go there, because they basically it can pull from its choice like a menu of three different contributors. It can pull from where Prometheus was chained to the um, mountain of Tartarus, which is a volcano, and you get the word torture from Tartarus. Uh, Torture, torment, hell. You could say it comes from the subconscious amenta, which is a thought projected through a conduit into the physical domain, right? From like a gate or a portal, right? Which is basically like for a monster, the monster's soul to help mankind sorting through its inequity. Like not inequity, but some like uh, shortcomings. You know what I'm saying? Like okay, then because only a monster can traverse the Stargate, um, uh, and that there's like they I'll get into that later. Um, there's also the reference of the historicity through like um, demagoguery being the precursor to Christendom, when the gods as aspects of behavioralism in alchemy for the distillation of spirits easiest to enact the gods through spirits. Spirit is wine and air, and then like basically we have the shell, which can contribute to an entity like a residue or something that could is a buildup that could take possession of a house, like skin flakes and like oils and things you have to clean it out. uh, and it brings in empath science, which empath doctor is sage and sea salt, and people use them to wake up the make the it's like along the lines of feng shui and atmosphere, like for your home, right? um so uh the powers, the elite, the municipality, like not the municipality, there's a the municipality is just a like an infrastructure thing, but some dynastic, I guess, like uh which is like a dynastics is like decayed version of paternalism, right? With a an interest in branding, like branding the is like apprehension of the collective conscious, and they have a purpose for apprehending the apprehension of collective conscious apprehension to drive the proletariat and to keep the to benefit from the push of the modality, and to unify the people in unison, right? They wanted to capsulate the ethos, or from demagoguery, and drive people towards determinism, which if you look it up in the dictionary is like not necessarily always a good connotation, even though people need some level of determinism in order to work. And the push of the modality defines like the work, the grains that we store, that's that kind of also contribute to the and so that would eventually turn into austerity. Like eventually the mindset would like kind of graft over onto us and become austerity, and this is favored by the archons. The archons, it's more extreme emotion and more tenderization for new delicacies, as Brother Panic put it. That and then the next part after that is the overturning of a municipality becoming a new uh, hierarchy, right? A new mystery system, the new protagonist, and that would be after, right? The what's the word for that? It's like the end, like I forget the name for the final battle thing scene, whatever. Like, but it happens all the time, right? Like Emperor Nero. This is like the apocalypse. Apocalypse. Okay. Uh, so then you fire and brimstone. So hell can be a a connotation of like that whole process, right? So how look how loosely those connections are like the loosest connections. You know what I mean? So it's just so highly versatile. But most people don't really like most don't look too deep in, or know too much about that. They're just going to say hell is like the place that Satan wanted, a trickster, you know. But the trickster, well, most times like was just the opposite end of the polarity, and so like it's actually holding keeping back more severe negative energies and um more things that are sinister to a for a human soul. Like it keeps them away, basically. So for the protagonist to be, you know, because for in order for you to take your seat at as the highest, you must recognize your position at the lowest first before it's time to go on to reclaim your rightful position, right? As the 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 pinnacle, right, or the summit of the hierarchy. Later.